Okay. Hello. I'll do my stupid weekly uh kind of YouTube video that I literally am making notes for. Albeit not many notes, but it's just to keep me on track. Anyway, I have some things that I want to talk about this week. I've had the opportunity of having some new kind of experiences, and it's kind of opened my eyes in a way because I've realised that in the future, when I'm, an old man and I'm retired and everything, I'm gonna look back on it and have memories from what I felt, what I did, what I experienced, and in a way, new experiences kind of slow down time. Because sure, when you're having fun, it feels really quick, but when you look back on it, your life is going to feel a lot longer if you have more memories to recall on. Because I feel like that's the phenomenon where people who work in like dead end office jobs or just dead end jobs, or can have the same routine every day, they may feel like their days are like really long in the moment because they're not enjoying themselves. But when they look back at the last, say, 5-10 years, they're not going to feel like much has changed at all. They're not going to have much really to look back on. Sorry, I've got hiccups right now. I'm trying to control myself, but they're not going to have much to look back on. And I think for that reason, they're going to feel that that time period went really quickly. Like, in a way, it was kind of an insignificant part of their life, because I feel like most people would agree when they say 0 to 18 feels like the longest time of your life in proportion to, like, I don't know, 18 to 36, 36 to 54, if we're going 18-year intervals. Because you're having all your new experiences. That's what you're doing. New experiences slow down your perception of time. They don't slow down time, obviously. Like, you can't do that unless you want to get really philosophical. But the new experiences that I've had recently have made me realise that I need to keep doing it in a way. I need to keep experiencing new things. I need to keep pushing myself. I need to be more confident. I need to be braver. I need to accept things more, even when I may not want to do them, thinking about it. But it's also, it's just kind of being able to say, I did that, I don't like it, it's not for me, but now I know. And that's how you learn. You can't know you don't like something if you've never done it. Even if you can find similarities between it and other things you don't like, that may give you an indication that you don't like it, but you can't know. So yeah, that's just been going on this week. Okay, I want to talk about my general routine. Not so much this week, but the past maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. No, what's the date? 16th September. 2 months. I felt kind of very just in a routine, and at times it heavily depends on how I'm doing that day. But at times I find it kind of suffocating, the fact that I'm doing the same thing every day, and I'm really I may be progressing, sure, but I'm not kind of relates to what I was saying earlier. I'm not doing new things, or I wasn't doing new things, and the 2 months has gone by really, really quickly, really quickly. I feel like this hasn't been facing me properly. Okay. But in the same breath, when I've been in a good mood and everything, I've really enjoyed just having a set routine. You know, I found that it keeps me on track. Like, it helps me stay focused on like gym, badminton, bettering myself, like learning new skills, you know, being more social, kind of trying to change myself, because all life is just a constant change of environment and yourself, and that's what it has to be. Nobody wants to be the same person their whole life. They will always admire someone else other than them and be like, oh, I want to be more like them. Nobody ever doesn't compare themselves to others. And I feel like often people say a healthy way of progressing is comparing yourself to who you are yesterday, not to someone else. But I find that other people can provide you motivation. They can kind of lift you up with them as well, if they're willing to help you. Yeah. Anyway, back to my routine. I'm trying to remember where I was. Something about change. Anyway, I'll restart. When I'm in a good mood, I'm really happy with my routine. It keeps me on track, it keeps me focused, it keeps me progressing in the areas that I'm trying to progress in. For example, I'm trying to hit a 100 kilogram bench press, which I'm pretty close to. I'm trying to hit a pretty good deadlift. Squat's kind of a almighty failure right now, but you know, we don't talk about it. I've already got the carbs, I just haven't got anything else. But it keeps me grounded as well. I found that when I'm happy and I have my routine, it feels like I'm very stable. I'm very mindful. I'm very, very mindful in my routine. Like, I feel a serenity and a solitude, which, when people say solitude, I think they imagine loneliness as a form of solitude. I feel happy a lot of the time, but I still want to refer to it as solitude because I'm alone a lot of the time, and I feel at peace with it. Often, like, sure, sometimes I want like certain people, you know, certain friends, a girlfriend, well, certain friends, girlfriend, whatever, with me. But I'm very content having my routine, sticking to my routine, knowing that one day I'm going to look back and be like, okay, at this moment in time, you haven't done much different, but you reap what you sow. You're going to thank past you for kind of putting in the time and the effort and the I don't want to say discipline, and just staying in this mode of constant progression, of being productive. I've found, I'm going to speak a bit more personally now, I've found that when my day isn't productive at all, or like even if it's a little bit productive, I'm really not satisfied at all. And I think it links to the way I've been brought up. My family has always been really, really focused on productiveness, you know, work, moving oneself forward. Kind of, my mum's a bit more like just live in the moment, you know, really just appreciate being the age you are, because you'll never be younger than the moment you're in now. You're always getting older, you can never go back. But my dad and my grandma and my granddad and cousins, aunt, even on my mum's side in a way, have always just been really, really goal orientated, and I think that's rubbed down on me. I'm trying to think, am I happy being this way? And the answer, I think, is yes. It has its upside and downside. For example, its upside is I can maintain being happy whilst getting stuff done. Like, really just getting stuff done makes me happy. And so it has two benefits, but it means a lot of other things don't make me happy that make other people happy. And at the end of the day, happiness is what life is about. And if I can only get it by, working and being productive, then am I really happier than them? If they can just experience happiness in the smallest, little activities that they do, like little hobbies they have. I mean, I enjoy my hobbies, but not to the same extent, I don't think. I see it more as work, which I do enjoy. I'm sorry, my brain just got really whoa. Just got to focus on another subject entirely. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to talk about. I've got something coming up next week that I'm feeling quite anxious about. Really anxious about. And I don't want to talk about it here, or to anyone really, because I think only one or two people actually know what it would be. But I'm experiencing physiological manifestations of my anxiety. For example, I'm not hungry. I don't get hungry very often. I used to, when I was trying to bulk up, eat 3,200 calories a day. I used to be hungry a lot. I'd always have to force food down at the end of the night if, say, I was on 2,700, 2,800 calories, but I used to be able to hit that no problem. Ever since I've had a certain event happen in my life, and I have things that I'm excited for in a way, but also anxious about. It's changed. A lot has changed. I don't sleep as well, or I sleep too long. Trying to think of other physiological manifestations. I get spots on my face. You can't really... Can you see them? That isn't a spot, it's a little mole. But I get lots of spots on my face, even though I'm exfoliating my face twice a day. I'm, doing all this fruity little skincare stuff to try and control it. But stress really does have the biggest effect on your body out of anything, I feel, apart from maybe hard drugs or severe alcohol use or substances. I feel like severe stress just messes your body up in a way you can't really explain. And I'm not saying I'm experiencing that, but just I have before, even for a short period, and I can say the aching and just the tiredness and all of that is really, really hard to explain. I'm sure everyone has experienced it before. We're all human. We all get stressed, we all get happy, we all get blah, 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 blah. But I'm going through a lesser, albeit still kind of moderate stress right now, even though I should be really excited. I should be. And I am. But I have to take the good with the bad and control my physiological outbursts and breathe. Bit of an abrupt ending, but that's all I'm going to stay for. So have a nice week. I'll try and record another video next week, and I might actually record it after the event happened. so I can kind of give my thoughts on it. But yeah, bye bye.